Hi everybody, it's December 9th, 2025. Um, as we grow up as children, uh, our elders raise us in the vein of how it's supposed to be. And that's not a fault of theirs, that's actually very insightful to raise children on how it's supposed to be. How are we supposed to behave? How are we supposed to speak? How are we supposed to live? How are we supposed to learn? So as we get into this groove as children, we develop behaviors that are more in sync with this life on this earth. But as an adult, it gets complex and varied. And so as that groove has been etched in us from childhood on how things are supposed to be, this can turn very dark, because when we encounter people that are acting differently, they may not be enemies, they may not be lower than us in any sense, but they aren't acting as how they are supposed to, according to how we are raised, according to how we are developed as children. And so that has become our dogma as we have downloaded from childhood. Our dogma is there, and it's real, and it's dear to us. And when somebody's incongruent with how things are supposed to be, as our dogma says, we find a literal law that says it's okay to hate these people, that it's okay to oppress these people, it's okay to marginalize these people because they are not of our holy dogma, as I was raised, as how I believe in, as the foundation of my reality has been built upon. And so as you grow as an adult, those that see the error in this thinking, an error in this dogma that has been created for us, we try to live under a more loving and more understanding way. And it is hard to understand some people that seem to be on extremes, but the closer they get to the center of our beliefs and our structure of life, it's easier to love them. But we always push to accept the ones in extremities, according to the way that we see the world. So to give in to oppression and hatred towards others is not necessarily a strength in your dogma, it's a weakness in character. It's a weakness in the whole overarching story of this existence. And so I get to thinking about the lackluster life. I used to think my life was completely dusty, completely lackluster. I thought my life was just a bowl of suffering, a gravity hole that would not let me go of being useless, being unloved, being cast away. And what that did to me was create scars, but it also pushed me to try. And it pushed me to try like I've never tried before. In my youth, in my childhood, things were always easy. Things came to me. Things were just innate. My life was great, and I didn't have to do anything to deserve it and to experience a great life. But as I got into this dust bowl of hatred, of pain that adulthood brought on me from the age of 18, I developed a love for trying, a love for always attempting to save myself. And I did not stop, no matter how many people I lost, no matter how destitute my social life was, no matter how much I wanted to cry and I couldn't, I didn't stop. And I loved that aspect about my life, is that every day was a story, every day was a battle, and I didn't stop. And even though I felt that my life was lackluster, that act of trying gave me an epic story. It gave me something to admire about my life, even though it was very hard. So if you think your life is lackluster, you may be missing the aspect of attempting to get out, or you may be lacking the sight to see why your life is lackluster. You have to look around and understand that you are being fooled into thinking that your life is lackluster, and you have just become a prisoner, and that's why you think that it is so. So another way that I dealt with a lackluster life was just the feeling the need that love was absent. I felt that I needed love, and I knew it was absent, and I wanted to bring it into my life. And I was a very shy child. I was in my early adulthood, I was still very shy. And for me, love equated to more of a romantic, like I was more focused on a romantic love rather than familiar love or platonic love. That's just the way I was. So I would amaze myself. I would talk to beautiful women who were out of my league, and I was overweight because of the medication I was taking that I didn't understand how to structure my diet because of the medication I was taking was causing me to overeat. I was overweight, shy, and had very low self-esteem, but I would talk to women who were beautiful and way out of my league. And it wouldn't occur to me until I was older that was a very huge step in terms of belief, in terms of faith. It may not seem that great of a deal, but in the context that I operated in and I took those bold shots, it denoted a need for love and an understanding that I wanted love so greatly that I would risk experiencing mortal rejection, mortal a downfall of mortal aspects, because I placed so much hope in these women and they didn't reciprocate most of the times. And yes, sometimes my heart was broken, but as I said before, my life was so in the dust that I had no other option but to keep on trying. So even after my heart was broken countless times by these beautiful women, I kept on trying, and that fed into the truth. And so if another way to look at your life, if you believe it's lackluster, is to realize if you are deathly alone, if you are so isolated that there's barely any conversation in your days, there's no other person to share with, you have to realize that the people that are most important on this earth, the way that this realm works is that it isolates the most important people to plant seeds of doubt in you, to cripple you, to wing you so that you cannot fly, that you cannot develop into the powerhouse that you are. If you are isolated to such a insanely cruel degree, you probably are somebody very special, and you have to come to this, you have to gain the strength to realize that that is your reality, that's who you are. You are very important, and you are being attacked because you are so special. So I hope this helps. Thanks.